एक सेकंड में परफ्यूम थोड़ा सा स्प्रे कर दूँ यहाँ पे क्योंकि अदरवाइज परफ्यूम नो ऐश करो. Let's see. She's watching my podcast. Okay, so we have Abrar Siddiqui today. He was here on this show about 5 months ago. He went away and completely changed himself. He started his new venture as a result of the discussion that he had on this podcast. And today we're going to learn what he has been doing and what changed and how he actually transformed from being an employee to an entrepreneur. Abrar.
Assalamualaikum.
Welcome back, SarahAI.
Yes, how are you?
कैसे हैं आप?
Good.
ठीक ठाक है? We've got a very casual setup. You can go around, sit there if you want.
Okay.
We are going to have a cracker of a conversation today. You have transformed, and that has been a 10x transformation in my opinion. I think it's
I've transformed and you've transferred, so
we've gone through 10x journey ourselves in our business and in life. Why not, reflect that and on the camera?
I like the name as well.
So first thing is that everyone is looking for growth, and if you're looking for growth anyway, you should look at 10x growth.
Actually, we're just continuing.
Yeah.
And you will
हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया भाई. उर्दू, इंग्लिश, पंजाबी जो आती बोले.
edit कर देंगे जो भी करना है उस तरह से.
सब candid,
Okay.
unfiltered. So how are you today?
Good. Yes, everything's good. Just building a new business, a new company, which is registered here at Timezone.
Yes.
And all the things that come with that, being an entrepreneur. And I would say, I guess I'm more on the tech side of things as a founder, building this business here from Dubai and UAE, which I don't know, it's one of the best places to start anything, build it out.
It's a great ecosystem.
Yes.
Fantastic. It's a land of opportunities.
Yeah. And for me, a lot of people ask me because my last company I built in Canada. I mean, that was 12 years back. So for me, it's very, I have a point. I can compare how it was in the sense building it over there, expanding it.
True.
So we built in Canada, then again in US, all of those things. And now this time, actually, I'm building it from, I've made a very conscious, it was a very conscious choice, can build it from here.
Two things come to my mind now. So you've already had a startup, right? But you never went, full-time, as a full-time founder, right?
The last one was full. Yeah.
Full-time, right? But you were employed by someone here in Dubai when you came to the show.
Dubai journey was very much like I came here I came here as a VP engineering for this UK-based AI cybersecurity company. So what brought me to Dubai was to come and open an office and set it up. But yes, I was working for them. It was also very well funded in a way. So that's what brought me.
And then the second thing is about Dubai, right? You mentioned that you chose Dubai over Canada or any other jurisdiction for this startup. What are the key features that you saw helpful in this context?
One of the things is things move fast. This is everything.
Please come in. I think it's your tea or coffee. Hi. If you can just come around. Would it be okay for you to walk?
Yeah, it's okay.
And if you can bring me small black coffee as well.
Small black coffee, plain.
Yeah, plain.
I'll take this. I can put it here.
Yeah, you can put it here.
That's good.
Yeah. As long as we don't throw it on the cloth. We had to change the cloth the other day.
I think that's the other thing with the...
Whenever someone puts coffee or tea, I'm so sorry to cut you there.
Yeah.
My heart starts pumping harder. It's a week hard at the moment after the surgery, but please go ahead.
But I think with the blade table, I know also, I don't know if your kids or anything, you have to be, because they will scratch.
Yeah, they do.
But that's a thing which will happen anyways, playing with this.
In the normal scheme of things, I mean, you'll have a few things here and there on the cloth, but spilling something over it, it basically damages the cloth. But I'm trusting you completely with that.
In that way, okay. Yeah.
So let's continue with our
Where were we? I think
chat.
you're asking me about why UAE, why Dubai? Compared to there's a lot of flexibility options. Being here in Dubai, you have access. You connected to, I say, like you have 80% world's population within 5 hours. It's also, even the way I built it, like, look, I've got my team now. I've got team members who work for me, different model, like in Indonesia, India, Pakistan, Dubai itself, and the folks in the UK, US. So I realize this, even, in North America, it's like, just from a work perspective, purely from a time zone, right? People are working, and we used to work as well, like, up until like India and all, like, that's still a very difficult overlap in a way. But in Dubai, like, literally my day starts with talking to people in Indonesia, then India, Pakistan, it moves around, and then, even at nighttime, I'm talking to people in San Francisco and in Pacific Zone. So I get a very good comfortable, and I'm not, it's not like I have to stay up at like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. in a way, because people over there, that's what they end up doing at times in a way.
So you can utilize the talent on both sides of the world, eastern side.
In a very comfortable way, because I'm here, so I feel we're very central. So I have, which also tells me I have so much flexibility and options to get such a big zone, people from this big zone working with me. And then when it comes to clients and in, like, other ways, the US, both EST to PST, I've got a pretty decent coverage, which goes up to, like, sitting in Dubai in our time zone, even up to like 12 p.m. So that's one thing. Secondly, the other thing is purely from a tax purpose. Building here, we have a very low, reasonable corporate tax, which is also coming in, thing. So one thing is, I know, like, whatever I build, wherever it goes, and I'm pretty okay, if you take 10, 15%, but the services we're getting, the support we get, it makes sense.
It's the lowest tax regime in the world, actually.
Yeah, purely from a Canada perspective, where everything is, in fact, I have assets and all which are kind of like,
thank you,
I know, for the lack of better word, stuck. I can't sell things in Canada because if I do, I'll get like a capital gain tax, 50, 65%. So all I can do is refinance and mortgage, pull equity. I'm not going to sell something and give up 65% of that thing, right?
True, you were mentioning the other day when we were talking, you mentioned.
And then over there, even though I'll share, this is one of my things, like, I had to think, even if you're dealing with some issue around tax, so we have a department, CRA, they operate in a very, like in a certain thing. If you try calling CRA, you're on the phone waiting for 1 hour. Here, like, people are here, WhatsApp, like what we build.
Quick.
We work on people are available on WhatsApp. Even if you call customer service, and they have a pretty good, like, 9 to 9 p.m. in a way. So the level of service, the way people are available in a way. So, and you can see there are a lot of organizations here, a lot of government, semi-government associations that are here, so that are there to support, help. And I think in my case, being an AI tech startup, right? So we got Dubai AI Academy here, DIFC itself. I've set up my company, another with ADGM. So a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah, it's a complete ecosystem that Dubai offers. We have a lot to talk about that, by the way. I just want to step back to our episode, the last episode. We talked about AI. We talked about the AI agents and how the world is going to change in the coming years.
I think it was 8 months back.
Yeah,
roughly 8, 9
I
months
thought it was 5 months back. It happens to be 8 months back.
October.
Right? Oh, well.
That was September. I think this was your 8th or 9th episode. So
around that. But I'm really keen to know, and you've mentioned that to me earlier, I want our audience to know what triggered during our conversation that made you eventually leave your job and start this AI venture. When you came to the episode, I don't think you had anything in mind at that one time, right?
So being here, like, I had the thing that I was going to do my second, I was going to build a company at some point. I wasn't really feeling that I was going to do it so early. So where I was working with large banks, government entities, and with the discussion we had was, to make it very simple and generalize it for the audience and all. So actually the episode was fine, but then when it went live, the feedback I got, and it opened up some of the conversations in a way. So, and then we had a conversation. So I met you. I
remember that.
I met you after that.
Yeah.
And I said, like, look, here's the thing. This is what I'm looking at and doing about it. And so, yeah, but it was coming from there. Just the thought was there. But, it was like I can say a catalyst, something that pushed me. And personally speaking, I also took it because, it's not like somebody was asking me, how do you know, Tariq, you came on this podcast and all. I'm like, no, just reach out. Like, it just was like a random, we don't know.
Correct.
We didn't know each other before that, right? Now I can say, obviously, we know each other quite well. So I was looking at it from a side and I'm like, that was the thing. And overall, for me, it was like, the thought was, I continue spending my life working with larger companies and what I'd been doing, I would say for the last 8 years between my two startups. So that's one choice, which is very, comfortable financially speaking as a person, and especially being in Dubai in a way. Or I go take this path, which is more difficult, more challenging, leave the job, no income, and build something which will eventually come into there. But for me, it was because when I look at the technology, the AI landscape, where everybody's focused on, it's again on the enterprise side. Most of my colleagues, all the big, it is focused there. So one, I see there's a purely from a business and opportunity perspective, there's a gap, a massive gap, which we have in the small business SME space. And I think our conversation, you're in the business of helping the SMEs and small business. I was like, let me bring the technology.
That dot got connected there. We were available to set up the business for you.
No, not just that, but from the I know
conversation
with you, and I know we're working on a number of things in that way. So I was like, okay, you know what? I can do the thing. But for me, it was like and then I met a lot of other people, but in that sense, it was just another way to think about it. Like even right now, you can say it's very easy to look back and put things together, but over there, it was just forming. And I was like, path is forming. Let's just take a path.
बहुत बड़ा आपने स्टेप लिया. I mean, मैं खुद इस स्टेप से गुजर चुका हूँ. तो मैंने जब किया था about 10 years ago, I had kind of an arrangement. I had people around me who could actually help me with this startup and all of that. लेकिन you go through a period of uncertainty. बहुत ही एक अजीब सा टाइम होता है वैसे कि इंसान सोचता है कि भाई अब मैं स्टार्ट तो करने जा रहा हूँ, मेरी फैमिली है भाई. I need to support my family. You have children, right? बच्चे हैं आपके? कितने बच्चे हैं आपके?
2
स्कूल गोइंग चिल्ड्रन.
Yes, sure, yes. One is
तो उनको फीड करना, उनके स्कूल की फी पे करना, and then what have you, maybe you're on a rent or you bought a property, I don't know. लेकिन वो पूरा एक सिस्टम दुबई में सस्टेन करना is not that easy, and making this kind of a giant leap, I would say, from a secure job to setting up a startup with no income to start with is a commendable effort, and very.
I would say, look, quite honestly, this is not the first time I've done it, because I've done the same thing before in Canada, where I was.
उस time आपने job छोड़ दी थी?
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Okay,
I quit.
Right.
So actually,
but you went back.
I built a company, it, and then I had an exit and all. I had a little bit of a break, and then my friend at IBM. That's where my AI journey started. So I went back to IBM because they were more or less building a team. So my thing is, it's more like building a team, a product. Either I do it on my company or I do it something. So that's I enjoy that part of the world. Like there's a product, you build a team around it, and you kind of get it out.
How are you feeling right now? in terms of this startup?
So the first few months are, yes, you're right. Even I would say, I think when you build, no matter what stage you are at, even if you get to the 10x stage, the uncertainty,
Yeah.
I don't know, obviously uncertainty reduces, but then, you're always transitioning through different, it's like, the best way is like about that video game, it's like you're just going different level. And each level, the difficulty is higher. So when you're a small company with like, say, 10, 12 employees, there are different challenges. When you're at like 150 or 200 employees operating in multiple, you have a different set of challenges.
True.
And you have newer problems.
True.
That would be new to you, and then even you become a bigger global thing. So challenges are.
What is the challenge right now in this startup? I just want to understand and go into the mindset, the current mindset of an entrepreneur.
I think number one for us is because we're building SarahAI, as in it's like a new product. So number one is, and we're also building a product in an emerging technology, right? So the biggest thing which has been there, like, can we even build this thing like properly? And would people like what we're building? Will people pay for it? So, because it's not, and it's a new thing. So that the other challenge is, a lot of times, even when people come across, I have to explain them in a way like, what it is, what it does, how will it benefit you? Because if you have, if people are used to certain things, you're used to a banking product or a car or anything. So you know what it is, what it does. Now we're talking about something which is new. It's an experience. Like SarahAI, it works on voice, using mobile app, on WhatsApp notes. The other part, I would say, from an AI perspective, people also have very high expectations now. Or very different expectations. Because so you are saying, yes, I have an AI product, and I'm like, I'm just starting a new thing. But the expectation is that, this is going to be better than ChatGPT.
Correct.
Who is like, by the way, I just saw this thing, $500 billion valuation for that just came out for OpenAI.
Wow.
So OpenAI has, and they're going through their thing, they're coming out. So on one side is a $500 billion valuation company, and that's just one of the top one, right? Anthropic, another one, 300 billion. So we're not even talking like 100. And by the way, we're saying 500, and I can tell you, by the end, like, we're going to be touching, they're going to happen the first time they're going to cross $1 trillion valuation.
That's the future. That is future.
It's different because this is a company which is, it's like a private company, not even a public one. So when we're talking about those things, Meta, again, which is a public company, Grok, Twitter. So now, when I come in the picture with SarahAI, the people are thinking, you can do all of these things, right? So
यहाँ पे confusion है लोगों के ज़हन में. In fact, when I was coming to the office this morning, I was trying to understand the difference between different types of AI available. आपने अभी कहा कि भाई समझाना बड़ा मुश्किल है किसी को कि क्या कर रहे हैं, आपकी ऐप है क्या, वो आज समझाएंगे इस डिस्कशन में. I'm sure we will explain that to the people. और फिर उसको यूजेबल बनाना बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है कि लोग उसको अडॉप्ट करें. बिकॉज पीपल आर नाउ यूज्ड टू चैट जीपीटी. सुबह शाम हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं. And it's very, very convenient. But the type of product that you are building must be very, very different from ChatGPT. तो है क्या असल में जो बना रहे हैं आप?
The AI that we're working on is essentially, for me, it's like something, it is focused on making the life easier for SME, small business business owner and their leadership team, essentially. So in that aspect, when all the things that they want to do from that perspective. So it's set up around their workflow, around how their day goes about, which is full of, meetings, things are coming on WhatsApp, different tasks that they want to get done, the information they require, all that they're dealing with customers on one side, they're dealing with some work to be done, sending invoices, get to customers, getting payments, maintaining all of these things. So my focus is very much on the problems and making the life better for an SME business founder, which is very different from kind of like somebody who works in a large bank or government entity who's in a certain different flow over there. Because, and this has come from, conversation discussions. So we went through in the first, our first 4 months had like thousands of conversations with all the different SME business owners in this region, from Middle East, in India, Pakistan, and all the way of Indonesia, Africa. Like, what are they dealing with? What's available to them? So number one thing that comes across is the fact that a lot of the software, the solutions that are out there, namely, from Microsoft, Copilot.
Copilot is there. That is something I couldn't understand. The difference.
Yeah. One of the guys actually is someone at DIFC I met. They told me, I guess I can take names now. So, they have a SME reseller program, and it came up with the thing like, they're giving out Microsoft Copilot with 365 as a package to all the SME business owners and all. 80% people couldn't even activate it. Because the thing is, and I understand is, look, I come from that world. I've spent good part of my 20 years at IBM and Accenture and all, working with some of the largest banks and all, because, and I can assure you, we do not build software for 2-person team. We build it very much around the fact that there's going to be 1,000 people who are going to be, so we're building around $1 million contracts. We're not building it for like somebody who can only afford $100 a month. $100 a month is also a big amount. Forget about $20. No, we don't do that.
It's supposed to be a scalable product, which should be open to use, should be adopted by many people, right?
Let me give you another analogy, very relevant to AI, so the transformation we're going around it, right? Like if somebody is making these large buses, which are sold for this thing, and your need is a small, and you can only afford like a Toyota Corolla, right? The guys who are making those buses, who are in the business, or making trains, right? They might also be making these things, but their focus is on bigger things, because the buses, the trains and all, they sell more. They have a different need, right? So the reason I want to make it relatable in the sense, because from an AI perspective, we're going through that transformation. And it's an early phase. It's just like we went from horse-drawn carriages to cars 100 years back. That's where we are. And there are different types of cars. The big competition is, almost 100 years back, there's actually there's a very interesting movie called Ford versus Ferrari.
Of course. One of the most famous.
If you've seen it. So it was like the Italians are making, and Americans and Germans, they're like, I'm going to make the fastest. So that's what's happening in AI right now, especially between US and China. Who's going to have the most powerful AI and all of this?
SarahAI we're talking about, right? So it's a personal assistant, if I'm not mistaken, for a startup founder, from what I gather from your explanation. So if I'm a founder, I would take perhaps a subscription from you of this app, and it will act as a personal assistant. And what exactly, if you can just explain to us, let's say 5 things that this app can do.
So SarahAI becomes your personal assistant, like an executive assistant at this point. Once you get it, you connect it to your calendar, your email, very smooth integration, and to your WhatsApp. Then some of the things, every morning, the experience starts every morning, you get this morning summary. What are your meeting? What are your key things in there? Anytime you need to set up a meeting on the go, you can send
calendar, let's say.
So for me now if I need to set up a meeting, I send a voice note. Something, that's the thing. I just send it a voice note to Sarah on WhatsApp. Sarah, set up a meeting with Tariq for Thursday, 2 p.m. It will process it. It has the thing. It'll set up a meeting with it. You can manage all your tasks. So if I need to, and then that's what thing it does. I can tell her to, Sarah, can you create a task and delegate to Tariq to send me details on my business license registration, because I want to make another company now. So then on WhatsApp, it'll come to you and then it'll start tracking it. It will remind you, and that entire communication happens on the WhatsApp channel. So for us, it's like making use of the WhatsApp as a WhatsApp and voice as primary channels to communicate.
Do I need to have this app as well?
As long as you're on WhatsApp.
Okay, so if you have this app and other people don't have this, it can still work.
As long as you have WhatsApp.
As long as everyone has it.
That's the thing. As long as you have WhatsApp and you have a phone number, because Sarah will call you as well at times.
So calendar management, task
management, these are the things that are available now in our product that is available in our initial basic plan. And your emails, summarizing your emails, anytime you want to know. One of the things, we have this thing around establishing your key contacts. So anytime anything, you'll get an alert on WhatsApp in a way. You can set up reminders. You can set up alerts. So essentially, a lot of core things that if you were to have an actual assistant would do. Now Sarah is able to do this. She's 24/7. She understands all the languages, like roughly I would say 40 plus languages. We're working on getting into some of our regional languages, like Punjabi, Pashto, Balochi, Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, in a way, and all the different accents, dialects we have in our region. Our Emirati, Khaliji, Saudi. We have 3 distinct accents, right? So that's the work we're doing right now.
So 2 things that your app has accomplished so far. What are the future things that you're working on to make it marketable, I would say?
Yeah, so what's coming out now is direct integration with the CRM systems. So if you use any of the CRM systems like HubSpot, Zoho, Salesforce, it'll be connecting with that, and then anytime you need to update your CRM record or you need some information, again, the idea is on the go, right? You send a WhatsApp voice, you'll be like, hi, Sarah, I'm going to see Tariq. Can you send me the latest information? And then it will go, pull it up, and it'll come on WhatsApp.
Right. That is under development, I assume?
That is, yes. That is something will be coming out soon. CRM systems, then all of your project management systems. And again, like we're talking about all your tasks. So people are using softwares like ClickUp, Notion, Trello, Asana, to be able to integrate all these. Like I said, it comes with our basic task management system. But if you already are using one of the other systems, then it'll be more about picking up things from them. And what we're doing is tracking them over WhatsApp and voice.
Understood.
And then along the way, finance, accounting systems, QuickBook, Xero.
So it'll be connected to QuickBooks or Zoho Books or whatever it is, right?
So the main concept, so Sarah is your chief of staff.
It's the mediator or chief of staff.
Yeah, that's the role.
Which is collaborating with many other things. At the same
software
time.
And people. So for you, essentially, as a business owner, you have a 24/7 multilingual person who's available to you. As a business leader, your main thing and focus is, strategy. Again, I've given pointing 10x. if you're making, how do I? So that's the role of a CEO and a builder. Yeah. That's the reason why they get paid if they are doing their job or they're right. Their job is not to see if the invoice has gone, what's going on with the customers. That's where they hire the team, right? So that's where you get the CTO, the CFO, or whoever. Now, the chief of staff is the one who makes sure the day-to-day operation, because the business has to run, right? And then these people they require coordination in a way. They need some decisions to be made. So chief of staff actually acts as a kind of like a, for lack of better word, a doorstopper, someone who prevents, who wants to handle things.
In my language, I would call it a PA, personal assistant. I mean, you can glorify it by calling it chief of staff.
Personal assistant, the difference is personal assistant is just someone, so this is the thing actually, now with AI and the technology, right? The way I look at it in the sense like your personal assistant is very limited around doing your meetings, taking a thing, very basic admin
that's
stuff.
What I want to know exactly. Right. What is the difference now?
The chief of staff is someone who's actually able to look at the thing and help you make strategic decisions, essentially.
Well, that's the difference.
Because they have access to the data, they have access to the system. Like if you ask Sarah, like, Sarah, should we open up an office in Saudi? She can look into it. She can be like, look at the thing. She can like look, she can look into CRM and be like, look, we've been getting, we get 20 requests. You can have these conversations which typically, would mean, like like let's say what happens right now. Like you have to look into either yourself or ask someone to go and check my CRM. How many inquiries am I getting from Saudi? What are the things, right? Then you have to go, you can use ChatGPT or Google, whichever, to find out about what it is to set up a company in Saudi. Then you will most likely try to talk to someone who does that thing, try to find something. Like I'm just picking up one example, right? In our case, once you have SarahAI as your chief of staff, at your ease, have that conversation or just a chat on thing like, and because it's plugged into a wide variety of things, and it can also tell you if it makes sense for you, like, because what type of business you're in. You're a marketing social media company versus you are like, running a garment import-export business in your context. And that's a difference between a strategic
It makes a lot of sense.
system.
It makes a lot of sense.
So if you think about it, going back to your like a ChatGPT like it's plugged into it. You can, and again, they have an enterprise version. Right now, it's how much is it? $300 a month. So $300.
How much are you charging?
We are right now we're starting from $10 a month for a basic assistant, but the full chief of staff we're looking at it to be under $200 a month.
So $200 a month, I can replace my personal assistant. I hope she's not listening to me.
No. Our basic one is $10. No, I recently I write about this is I do not believe in that whole thing around replacing people. AI is not there.
That's my next question. I mean, how would it actually work? This is a chief of staff, much better than a personal assistant. Of course, where would the personal assistant go?
If Sarah comes in and starts handling the chief of staff, that's freeing up your personal assistant. Turn her into an account manager, turn her into a salesperson.
She needs to be upskilling, or he or she, or whoever it is, they need to upskill basically.
Look, there's certain things AI cannot do, right? Sarah cannot go and meet somebody in person.
Right.
Now, if you have a person, like you've got this technology, so whatever this is, this is not here to replace. I would say this is about augmenting your capabilities. Now, you got a capability which is freeing up your, I would say, more precious human resource, and who also, I've spoken to a lot of personal assistants, by the way, in this journey.
I'm sure you have.
I've discussed with them, and I can tell you, 9 out of 10 of them, they don't want to be personal assistant for the life.
Yeah.
They are building, and a lot of people, by the way, a lot of people take those roles more because, yes, it gets them in, it's a good entry point. You learn about a business, a sector, and there are many stories around the fact. In fact, people start, it's a good place to start. You learn about, because you're now in an environment, you're learning how to handle customers. You, especially if you're a PA or a personal assistant to a CEO, after a few years, that person has already built knowledge for that business.
Absolutely. What about the CEO? I mean, would AI have CEOs for companies? I mean, AI CEO, SarahAI, you could CEO AI. Maybe a company can be run by an AI app which is acting as a CEO.
Now we're talking about as we go into AGI.
I'm thinking about my own role.
No, I think you're going into that's a area, a lot of work is going on, and this goes more into as we approach superintelligence and AGI. So difference, I mean, if I were to like AI, where we are right now, AI, which is, it's been there for us, by the way. A lot of people think it's new. This is not, I think I've mentioned this before. It's
AI
not
has been, I mean, I'll refer to a book. Sorry to cut you there. I'm so sorry. I'll come back. I've got a beautiful book here. The Singularity is Near. By, you've seen it before, I guess,
yes,
right?
I'm a Singularity. Yes.
The guy is visionary, of course, and he's argued that by 2040, the average processing speed of a single computer will be more than the entire humanity taken together in just 15 years. And he's referring to the AI essentially. It's super intelligence. I mean, the computers are going to take over in a way, of course. And I'm thinking about running entire companies with AI. I mean, do you need people around?
So I would be like, those are things that will become possible essentially as we get into that thing, because with AGI, now it'll be something, the difference, like AGI is someone who's, once as we approach, it'll be able to learn, figure out things on their own. And there's going to be a number of things but at the end of the day, like, this is where, I mean, a lot of governments, that like, they want to maintain that control in terms of that does not go do things. It shouldn't do, it should operate in a certain framework. EU has come out with their EU AI Act. US also recently put out an action plan.
Would it slow down things?
In a way.
Because of the regulations?
In EU, it has slowed down. Actually,
they always slow down things.
I mean, there's a lot of research work going on, but I know when I speak to a lot of people in my field in Europe, people in the phase that either they're going to US or they're coming to Dubai. Actually, a lot of people come in Dubai because here we have that. We have our regulation as well, right? We have a framework we operate under there. There's a Dubai AI seal. So, but our regulations are more in the sense, like built around, like, what the regions around, like we're not doing certain type of things.
Amazing. Look how far we've come. SarahAI now, when are you going live, by the way, with this?
In a few weeks. It's right now, we're just finalizing. It's been there in our beta program. Got like number of people using it. Actually, what's been surprising for me was I was very much, from a UA perspective and working very closely with a lot of founders and all. But no, we've received amazing response. We have users in now 30 plus countries. So
people have users.
Yeah. People have come
I know. I started using it very recently. I mean, on a trial basis. You were very kind enough.
Yeah. No, right now it is.
We've give me access. बैठ जा बैठ जा भाई बैठ जा कैमरा सही नहीं
अच्छा मैं तो एक्चुअली आई वांटेड टू स्टार्ट प्लेइंग
अच्छा अभी प्लेइंग का भी करते हैं
इसके लिए फिर मैं सेटअप थोड़ा सा चेंज कर
ओह अच्छा ओके
अभी ये पहला ट्रायल रन कर रहे हैं ऑफ कैजुअल कन्वर्सेशंस
अच्छा मेरे साथ आप ट्रायल ही करते रहते हैं and then when we got and we speak to those people and they all have the same common concern, like they're looking for an assistant who can make their life easier, help them coordinate the thing, and something that works on WhatsApp. So it comes on around the fact that they want to use a WhatsApp channel in their own language. When we talk about languages, so if you take out all the, French, German, Spanish, and even Hindi, Urdu is all somewhat to some extent covered. But for me, it's more about all of our like regional, smaller languages. So one of the guys I was talking, I'm like, I have no idea. And that's the whole purpose is I'm like, do the voice notes in Gujarati. So the idea is, in your whatever, Gujarati or you'd be like, Sarah, mere like meeting set kar do Sarah ke saath for Thursday. See, you can't do this on ChatGPT.
At what stage could I say that this app is not for me? I'm not a fresh founder. I need someone who can handle more complex jobs. I mean, you mentioned that it's a chief of staff and all that. From that point of view, it seems that it can serve any CEO or any founder for that matter.
As it stands right now, because again, very early, right? So our current version that we're making available. So it's very ideal for someone who runs either a very small team or a mid-sized team. So anywhere from like a solopreneur, like our single person founder who wants some assistance. So right now it's very much like people who cannot afford or don't have access to like a human personal assistant.
Okay.
All the way from there to people who actually have it and would like their human personal assistant to do other functions in a way. So anybody running a team from 1 to, I would say, 100% team, depending on what their work is like, where they are, how they like to work, if they, what are the team members working with in a way. And then very shortly, when we bring out our core full, fully connected chief of staff, which works on your CRM, HR, and all of that, that's going to be very much useful and applicable, I think, on a team level basis. Then Sarah will be part of your core team.
Then anyone can use it, not the startup founders or team or people who are managing teams, small teams, or maybe up to 100 people, right? Then it'll be available.
Yeah. I would say then we're talking more around the bigger SME. Actually, I've come across definitions. In UAE, definition of SME is someone who has less than 500 employees.
And majority of the businesses happen to be SME anyway. I mean, across the world. I mean, even in the UAE, I think 90% of the businesses are SME.
You could establish, depends on what type of company, right? You want autonomous media company. But basically we're going into the space where 2-3% companies will be there. But I don't think there will be a scenario. You know what I mean? My question would be more from a regulation perspective. Would they allow a business entity to run license, like it will have somebody's name, right?
Yeah.
Where does accountability form?
Yeah, where do you draw the line, basically?
Yeah, purely from business, a company provides a product or a service. If that product does not do it, who's accountable for it? Who's paying the taxes for that, right? Who's doing the VAT filing? There will be
सब agents आप ले लें. VAT agent है, आपका text agent है.
I think
you have a AI lawyer, you have AI accountant, you have AI salesperson, you have AI marketing person. Deploy everything through AI and run the entire company. Regulations will come, of course. I mean, the governments will take action at some point to regulate these things better.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in a few years that might be possible, but again, I'm pretty sure it'll be they'll be looking into, right? Because if you're creating some product service, where do you draw the line over there? Recently, for example, I think our UAE media ministry, they've issued a certain directives around, if people are, for content creators and all, if they're doing some AI generated content, they need to now they have to show what level it is there, and they're introducing fines and penalties, because the thing is, if you give it to the system, it can operate, it can do many things, but when it does a mistake or causes harm, where does the liability sit?
Well,
right?
What about the harm that human beings cause all the time? The point here is that lawyers are going to struggle as well. We have an AI lawyer who can actually analyze the case law, who can give you better opinions, more accurate opinions than human lawyers. And it's been deployed for a number of years now. By the way, when I started the legal practice in terms of my entrepreneurship journey, when we started the law firm, that was that got triggered by a book written by someone in Leeds. I think the author's name is Chrissy Lightfoot. She wrote a beautiful book called The Naked Lawyer. The book basically talked about lawyers being naked, not literally naked, but in terms of stripping down the fluff around them. The point here is that you need to actually give value to your clients. Whatever can be handled by technology should be handled by technology, and lawyers should only serve what they are trained to serve, which is complex opinion writing or complex structuring of businesses or complex case handling. There are many things that can be done. But the point here is that after this book, AI lawyer came in, robot lawyer. I think it's called, I can't remember the name, but when they analyzed the data, it showed that the accuracy of opinions given by that robot lawyer was higher than the human lawyers, which was around 90%. compared with the accuracy levels of human lawyers, which was around 80%. There's a huge difference there. 10% is not small. So what I'm saying is that at some point, technology will get refined. There will be advancement, which will bring in a lot of sophistication, and businesses could potentially be run by technology entirely. You just need to create a product, and that can in itself be created by AI. So this is where my question is now. I mean, how are we looking at that era?
Yeah, no, I think it's there already. In that way, the legal, because a lot of stuff was around documentation, right? So you were dependent, like as a lawyer,
Yeah.
there's a limitation on how much you can read, how much you can retain.
Yeah.
And that whole function was based on the fact that, yes, because you've gone through all these books and constitution and cases, and I don't know too much about the law, but I've dealt with lawyers. So it was like, it's not for everyone. It's not, that's why, becoming a lawyer is not a simple thing, because you have to spend a whole period of time reading, consuming, and things. But that function, from an AI perspective, has been digitized. It's been done in that way. It's my second time now I'm building the AI. I did at certain points. I did look into I needed some opinions and all. But right now, yes, I have spent. Let me put it this way: I spent $0 on a human lawyer. So I use their Kanuni AI. Again, that's like, I think it's like $99 or $150 a month. So I've got a lawyer available to me for that, and then I use my platform, which is on Clara. I use ChatGPT as well to do some of things. So, because they know all the DIFC and ADG, like all the business and corporation law, and works for me. I just need a legal opinion, somebody who I can think knows more, to just tell and let us me, and that it does. So we're already there.
There you go, the law in practice.
I've always maintained this thing. This is not about AI taking your job. It's going to be the people who are working with AI. So right now, a lot of people have shifted. So like this example I gave you, they're working with it. They're lawyers. These companies are not working without lawyers. So lawyers are shifted. A lot of social media marketing people are shifting.
Correct.
And
it's the upskilling. That's what I think you're referring to, right?
And I would say for everyone, no matter what you do, lawyer, marketing, finance, and everything, you should be blocking 2 hours a week to go and learn about and deeply, like where it is, and figure out and see how you can apply it in your work, your personal life, whatever you do. I'll give an example, by the way, because another example of a tech, you can say me like, what a tech founder, but also father. So my son was doing his O-levels, writing his GCSEs, and his interest is more on the medical side of things. So he's really good on maths, chemistry, all of this thing. In being a Pakistani father, and I pulled my Pakistani dad thing. I'm like, I made him do computer science. He didn't want to do computer science. I'm like, so this is where I'm like, how our parents are like, oh, you have to go study medicine or study science and all of this. And I'm like, look, you're my son, and you got to do computer science. Because my younger one, he's into it, but the older one is not. So you can say, made him force. So now I'm also working on SarahAI, building my business, super busy, right? And I made a commitment that I will help you, and so I'll go get along with this thing. So his exams were, when was it? April, May. Same time, I was in my very busy phase. I was launching SarahAI at Dubai AI Festival, right? I've got my team. I have no time to spend with. I made a commitment to my son. So what did we do? I opened up Claude. I fed last 10 years papers, and made Claude a tutor for my son. He would do the work, and he would complete the work, because I didn't have the time to go and sit with my son, look at his, and coding. And again, and this I'm talking to someone who codes, who writes, but I didn't have that time right now, unfortunately, because I was in this phase. So but I use Claude trained it, made it into a computer science tutor, and then my son would do his work, submit. Claude was the one checking, and I would look at the thing, and then again, the point is, something that would take me 4 or 5 hours, I reduced it to like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, because he's doing the work, he's checking every time he would finish. Then I would look at the Claude, I'd be like, okay, then I have that capability, and then yes, by the way, it did really well I'm just talking about from an AI as a Claude perspective, but I had the skill to, train it.
Yeah.
Like it didn't come with it. I fed all the papers. I told it what to do, right? So I spent like, you can say, initial 1 hour on doing this thing, and it did all the stuff. And I think now like July, August. No, we're in August now, right? So in like couple of weeks we'll get the result. So we'll find out how he does on computer science, where he got the help from an AI.
Yeah.
And the result was good and I could see he started. I think he was doing, because we were doing a full paper, and he was getting like 60%. And by the way, this was like the last, how studying happened, right? That it's that the last 2 weeks in a way. So from 60%, he jumped all the way to 90%.
I'm sure a lot of parents will get in touch with you to seek help on
There's nothing to get into. I'm saying, look, I would say Claude, again, this is the thing, right? Use what it takes. Claude is really good when it comes to programming. I use myself, Claude Code. I use it multiple. My team uses it in a way. ChatGPT is good from a writing, content creation perspective.
Yeah.
But
its use is limited in terms of research and writing. एक question मेरा था बड़ा काफी देर से मैं सोच रहा था अभी पूछ लेता हूँ because we're in business course. I mean, we've been thinking about Microsoft Copilot, and you did mention that earlier in our discussion. तो मुझे बस difference समझा दीजिए. Of course, ChatGPT is a chat. You can talk to it. You can create content. You can do research. Your app is going to help as a chief of staff or a personal assistant. Now we have Microsoft Copilot, which is readily available within Microsoft, which is commonly used by almost everyone around the world. What does it do, and how do you differentiate Microsoft Copilot from SarahAI?
I mean, the biggest difference is Microsoft. That's pretty much like it operates very well as long as you stay in the Microsoft world. You're using Teams, you're using whatever cloud and all their software and all, right? But as soon as you step outside that world, you're using some other product, or you want to connect it to WhatsApp, it's complex. There's complexity involved in there, and my whole thing is right. It all depends if you want to stay in that like a single world by one company, which is here Microsoft. Same thing with the Google. People are using Google Workspace. Google Gemini is there. It does a lot of stuff with you. But I would say, for example, from a purely as a business person, right? Do I want one entity or company, which I don't even know, does not exist here? Do I want them to have full control of everything in my business? I don't think that's a good business decision. I don't. Also, tomorrow if Microsoft Copilot does something, do you know who will you go talk to? Like, do you know that person?
So it's a different function from that of SarahAI. It's not a personal assistant. It will help you.
You have to do a lot of work because I've spent time with these things. The thing is, yes, they will allow you to do a lot. They'll even help you. They'll fund you to build a lot of capabilities. But the deeper you're going, the more you're getting tied up into their ecosystem. And then a time will come when you want to do something which is not part of it, like, maybe to connect to different system, or you want some capability, it'll be very expensive for you to build those things.
So in other words, Copilot cannot be a personal assistant or chief of staff.
Copilot will be an assistant as long as you're okay to live in the Microsoft world.
Okay, limited use.
Yeah, again, depends on if you want to be...
Sorry about that. Sorry. आपका personal assistant जो है, SarahAI, मुझे टिकट बुक करानी है. I want to travel to London. Would it help me?
We're building that right now. Yes.
Okay.
So
Where
that
would
it'll
it
be able to, once you tell it, it'll be connecting to, it'll tell you what, right now what you can do is Sarah can tell you, if you ask her, like, what are the flights to London, it can pull out that information, give it to you. Then eventually, from these, once we pull in the integrations with, all these, like Booking.com, Expedia, and all of these things. So yeah, these are things we'll add coming days.
And eventually it can make payments through credit card. All the credit card information will be fed.
If you allow it to do it.
If I allow it, of course. And that'll be a function that I have to choose.
Yeah.
Right.
So all of this is coming, it's in the roadmap. In the sense for me, I put them more in the generic assistant thing. My focus is right now, currently is very much like number one is, the CRM, our accounting, finance, HR things which are more relevant currently to a business owner and a founder, those workflows, and applying all of our AI and learning in those areas in a way, right? So that way. I'll also do a little bit post about this thing that I came in it. So actually from my phone, आप यहाँ से बैठ के ना 2-3 वो भी कर लेना. And after this, I just want to do a small thing. मैंने भी शुरू कर दिया पूरा सोशल मीडिया in a way. I've got बल्कि मेरे आस्ते से इस पे बात भी हुई थी a while back. In a way. Yeah, just I'm gonna put a candid thing about, especially get the. आपका नाम हमेशा मुझे अच्छा लगता है.
अच्छा.
Like personally, 10x.
Yeah, it's very powerful actually.
मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ लोगों को, like come and join SarahAI, you're gonna get 10x. We'll do some marketing type of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Or with you, I'll be with InZone. That'll be the SarahAI 10x version.
Yeah. You've already 10x by the way by transforming yourself into a second time entrepreneur. It's 10x journey already that you've covered. Bada basic sa question hai mera. What is AI to you? Is it an app? Is it broader artificial intelligence? Or is it something else?
For me personally right now, because I've been in the space for last 10 years, like purely as a, it's a very exciting technology. In the sense it's something that's going to change the way we work. And personally, I feel like, quite lucky to be living in this time and era. Like I can relate to what my grandfather went through, probably. That's the change.
Absolutely. I like the example. Now, taking this example forward, let's say 50 years forward. Now, what I'm seeing is that, the lines between humans and machines could potentially be blurred. We've created a parallel reality along with human beings. So there's human intelligence and there is artificial intelligence, which is machine intelligence. And machines are continuously learning. And according to Ray Kurzweil, of course, the machines are going to continue to learn, and at some point, they're going to overpower. They're going to be more powerful than human beings. And at some point, the lines between humans and machines might be blurred. It might be difficult at some point that you can't even recognize that, you're dealing with a machine or a human being. You're facing a human being or a machine. It's a very, very scary thought, honestly.
No, I can understand. Look, as humans, that's our psychology. Like we're still programmed mentally we operate on the basis of fear. When when they came up with fire, there was fear.
Yeah.
And then we are, that's our default setting is to protect and react, especially on an unknown thing. That's just the nature of, that's how we're built in a way. Right now, I think a lot of people don't know what it is. And the same fear, I'll just go to the thing, like, when the cars were coming out, and this is in history, in the US Congress, they put this thing, they're like, these machines are gonna go and kill people. So there was a legislation moved to ban like something around either something the roads or in that way. So at that time, people, they were fearing, they're like, look, we're perfectly fine. We walk around like this. We have horses. Horses. We know horses. We control horses. Horses cannot run at the thing, and horse is still under our control. There's a carriage and all that stuff. And now you're talking about building some machine that can go so fast, and then what if it keeps on going? It doesn't stop. A lot of those accidents happen. They used to blow up. There was a time then, I think something like roughly 1 out of 10 early days of cars were dying. And what did we do with that technology? We also, by the way, we made tanks. We made big military trucks. So same technology.
Planes, fighter jets.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So there was a fear, and this is not an unfounded fear where it is, but the way I would say it, we've gone through a transition where, we used to walk, we were limited, our movement was limited. Then we got the machines, which made a big difference from a transportation. A whole set of industries came around, right? Like car repairs people, mechanics, car salesmen, car leasing, financing. You can see how many industries and professions were created around one transformation. And keep in mind, there were, and I refer to my grandfather in a way because him and some of his family members, friends, they used to do those jobs. There used to be the guy, the carriage, tange wala, ghode wala, the guy a blacksmith, who used to fix the horse. There was a whole industry, people who will fix the wheel, people who were making the saddle, the leathers, right? There were people running those businesses. What happened? They transformed. Some of them became mechanics, some of them. So that's exactly what it's going to go through. And we are just now coming across this form where the transformation is, we are going to go through an evolution. Our work, the way we do work is changing. Different types of industries and professions are going to come.
What are the industries you think will be created by this now?
Like
AI.
I just one of the roles I'm just hiring for now, a prompt engineer in a way, but like a lot of things that are coming across from like software development has changed. AI powered software tools are there. So all the functions, like we spoke earlier, it's very hard to say what is. For me right now, it's everything and anything is up, just changing, it's transforming. The multiple verticals, like I'm focused in one area, the SME business focused, right? There are lots of people focused in legal, lots of people, and then it's evolving. Like I'll give you one example, like, marketing an AI company. That's one of the things I'm working with some of the people, and for me, it's very different. Marketing a product versus marketing an AI company. So some people are gonna figure this out and they will build a whole thing. So today, I would say maybe they have expertise in doing marketing for a banking product or a tip, whatever, Kareem or delivery type of app, right? Tomorrow, there are going to be people who are experts in marketing SarahAI, our AI product. We have needs, we have things. It's not like this thing has been figured out.
I like the way you've explained everything, starting from human beings walking to using horses and everything. There has been advancement in every age. Now, to me, this seems to be the biggest advancement ever,
Yes.
which has an impact on every single area of life, every single profession, every single industry, the business, the life as a whole.
Personal life.
Yes, absolutely, personal life. This is where I think you're absolutely right in explaining that we were able to manage everything perfectly well. I'm sure we'll be able to manage this thing very well as well. But the impact, the size of impact seems to be just mind-boggling. One single invention, which is AI, having an impact across the board in every domain of life.
I would say, look, quite honestly, I saw the thing, it all comes down to the leaders of our humanity or the human race. The responsibility of where it comes across, our the people who are running governments and all of these things. I would say in UAE, we're lucky and blessed to have good, strong leadership. I mentioned it last time as well, UAE was one of the first countries to have an AI minister before all this ChatGPT business.
Yeah.
So we have good leadership. So we're lucky. Now for every other country, that's on them. What type of leadership they have? What are they working on? Are they working towards this thing? What is their perspective? So it comes down to all the countries like China, US, India, Pakistan, all the European countries where they are. But with this technology, just to summarize everything, where things go comes to the leadership we have right now. And if you ask me personally, given what's going around us, I think that they're failing us in terms of what all is still going around us.
Well, let's talk about Dubai. I promised in the beginning of this discussion that we'll talk about Dubai. I don't think Dubai is left behind. Dubai is actually much
leading.
More advanced in terms of the adaptation, the evolution, the involvement of the government. I think, if you go to the US today, although the technology begins there, but if you talk about Dubai, the way the technology, the AI is being integrated in the government sector, in the private sector, and how the government is actually helping the cause is unparalleled.
We are right
Absolutely
now, we are in top 5 countries, and you have to realize we're the smallest country by population.
Yeah.
So there's US, China, number 1, number 2 is US, China. The number 3 and 4 slot is, you can say, UAE, between UAE, UK and all. So for a very, very young and small country.
It's amazing. It's
the fact, a lot of, I see the maps in there, and a lot of these companies, they even show that, when you look at the map, it's very hard to find UAE because we're very small, like a little dot. But we're there, and we are ranking up in top 5 consistently. Everything, open source community, usage. We're building the biggest data center outside of US, which with US and all of these things. So UAE is there, and I've made this, and I'm make a bold prediction in coming days. UAE's GDP will be bigger. US GDP will be more than entire Europe put together. And that's going to happen in next 5 years.
Can you repeat that for our audience, please?
Yeah. The UAE GDP economy is going to be bigger than all of Europe put together in coming 5 years.
That's a huge statement, and we're lucky.
It's on record.
We're really lucky to be living in this great city, which is adopting the technology faster than any other country or any other city around the globe.
And I've said it. Look, again, it goes back to what I'm saying. I see a UAE, we're like we're not an SME based on our economy, but we have limited. We only have 10 million people. How many people can we get? We're trying to get people, which is a whole separate topic. But we're not going to get 20 million. UAE is never going to have a 20 million pop, or at least not in 5 years. How many people can we get, right? So if you're looking for a 10x or 100x growth, we're using the technology, and the only way, and the leadership knows this, and we are, even the region, when we compare ourselves to even Saudi, they have 30 million people, Egypt, 60 million people, Turkey, So for a very small country with like 10, 11 million, technology is the way to go forward, and we're going towards that thing. Because all I can say is, this happened this year when President Trump came, there were all these announcements and all, but he was in here, and then everybody knows where's the world's biggest data center outside the US. Right now, it's in UAE. It's not in the UK, it's not in Saudi, not in France, not in China.
Close this conversation. This is the very reason that you chose UAE to set up your app, SarahAI. Wonderful. I think we have learned a great deal about AI today. So it's just phenomenal to see Abrar, how much he's covered in terms of the journey when you came last time on this episode, and when you've come today. It's just amazing to see how much journey you've covered in terms of working on this app and contributing to a bigger cause of helping the entrepreneurs community with this chief of staff and a personal assistant.
Yes,
It's a great contribution, I think.
we are very excited, and this is not just it's not happening in isolation, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's just me. There's a very sharp team working, but with having access to industry leaders like you, Tariq, and mentors, I would say. So like I say this to very openly, everyone,
Thank you.
Tariq is one of my key mentors and advisors as I'm navigating in this thing and journey, and the input I'm getting from our business community, SME, who've joined our beta program. There's more than, right now we're building with 150 SME founders who are in our platform right now in our AI for business community, bringing their thing. So with all of them, we very quickly launched this product. And I would say, we're just getting started. So there's a lot that's going to come and unfold in very short time from our side. Yeah.
So for our audience, SarahAI is available on Google Play Store and Apple App Store. It can be downloaded free of cost at the moment. Go ahead and do a trial. Get in touch with Abrar Siddiqui. Give him your feedback. And I'm sure you will make use of this app and change your life. On that note, thank you so much, Abrar.
Thank you.
It is absolutely great having you here today. Again, I think I've learned a lot about technology today, and it's been one of the most amazing conversations that I've had on my podcast. Thank you so much.
I just had a great experience and a great conversation with Tariq on Think and Grow 10x. For all the viewers, I would suggest that you like, subscribe, and follow Think and Grow 10x to get the 10x growth that we all need in our life.